Welcome everyone. So today you're all here to learn how do we do FC Speaking Part 3. So the FC Speaking test has four parts. The first one asking your personal questions, second one having the comparison of images, and the third one, this one, which has some prompts to discuss with your partner. So particularly the FC Part 3 has five prompts and a question for you to all to discuss. So this one also has that format. And in most exams, you will get only one partner, which all makes two students. But in some circumstances, you will get two partners instead of one. So I recommend you practicing both of those methods, but give more effort to the single partner because that is more common than the two partners one. So what should you do basically? Like we have to talk about at least three of these prompts in 2 minutes, and we need to have a small conclusion about all of these prompts related to the question, which we will only have 1 minute. That's for the single partner one. If it's for the dual partner one, instead of 2 minutes for discussions, there will be 3 minutes and only 1 minute for the conclusion. That doesn't change in either of those modes. So let's look at the main question of this test, and we'll look at the five prompts, and later I will simulate another partner because I don't have one, and I'll explain some tips when I'm talking. So let's look at the prompts first of all. The first prompt is how to spend free time. Second one is the clothes to wear. Third one is the way to behave. Fourth one is how to study, and the fifth one is future plans. Okay, now what should you do first of all? This is optional, but I recommend you asking your partner before you start talking about anything if either they want to start first or if you want to start first. They're basically the same thing, so you can choose either. It's depending on the test. I've also done this, and it doesn't necessarily give you marks, but the examiner will be quite impressed. The interlocutor also will also get a great impression. What else do we have to do? We need to use facial and hand gestures. Like instead of just looking at the test, like if you take this instance, we looking at the screen and we are just talking like a robot. Nah, that's not gonna work. I mean, it could work, but you won't get much marks, will ya? You have to look at the part. You have to use hand gestures, like natural hand gestures, not artificial ones. And you have to express your feelings, like with your face, just like a natural conversation. Like the thing that most students get really wrong is that hand and facial recognitions. Like they do it in every conversation, but if they get the idea like, oh Jesus, it's an exam, yeah, they get nervous and they will never do it. So what do I recommend? I recommend you to, like, only for this part, just stop thinking that it's an exam. Just be free. I mean, you have freedom in the Cambridge Hall. Just talk about it that like you would normally do if you have some problems in your head, of course. So what else? Even though we kind of forget that it's an exam, we still need to talk in the limit because the examiner will have a timer measuring how many minutes you are will be talking. If you talk for too many